Welcome back to MomoCon 2024, everybody. 2v2 was exciting, but we still have some more to go.
Oh yeah, we're going to finish this out here with some FFA action. We are getting into our very first FFA semis right now. So this is one of two. And we'll be your host. I'm PrincesssBrat, and we have Rookie here. We're going to guide you through this.
Yep. Semifinal 1 is getting underway right now. I can hear the players picking tracks and see it in the background. So we will be getting started. Brett, what players do we have in this room? What are you expecting?
This room is pretty stacked, I'm not going to lie. So we have a few people who were actually just competing in the 2v2 in the FFA semis. So we have Sneakz, Glooba, Jacob, JPGiviner, Vantox, Cynda, Garchomp, Tyler, Tynan, Blaze, Royal, and J-Dash here today in semis number 1.
A lot of upsets in this tournament up to this point. Not necessarily the people that made it to the next round, but who got first, who got second. And it's created a situation where there are a lot of big names in this lobby. And, I mean, whoever gets out of this room, they're going to be battle tested for the finals.
Whoever gets out of this alive, it's gonna be absolutely nuts.
And because it's a semifinal match, it's still about survival. Top 6 advance, 12 races, plenty of races to work with, but a lot of good players in this lobby. There's going to be a few really good players that are going to drown here.
They're not going to make it. I like the pun here as we're underwater on Squeaky Clean Sprint for race number 1. I personally love this track. It's one of my favorites. I think it's just so unique. It's fun. It's different.
Awesome. It's
and
awesome.
The music is so pleasant as well.
For sure. Looks like we have Cynda up front. The early lead is doubles partner Blaze up here also, but teammates no more.
Oh, yeah. That is completely over. I've seen, even in the 2v2 format, and we've seen Glooba up front pretty consistently, so we know he can hold his own.
Well, Glooba last year had a pretty unfortunate singles run. Got eliminated much earlier than many anticipated, and I mean, he's been making the most of his opportunities so far this year to not have a repeat. I'm glad to see him back. Third place in 2v2, currently running it up in the first semifinals. I think he's a contender to win this whole thing.
I completely agree with that. It's hard to say, though, because there's so many people here that could take the gold home. So.
Yeah. Glooba probably not going to be winning a trail right now also, and it looks like there's a reason for that because it's going to be letting Blaze into first. There is a blue shell out. But
yeah, this is going to be huge for Blaze. He should be able to dodge this blue with perfectly timed mushroom right there.
Now Blaze, this is a track that he likes a lot. He TT'd it a lot the first day. Was a former world record holder on this track.
No
Knows
way.
all the shortcuts and all that. And he said that he's winning the FFA after a 2v2 that I'd like to probably not remember too much.
Oh,
but
no.
It's a good start for him, but that shock's going to definitely be a hurdle.
Yeah, especially being in first place whenever that shock happens. It takes a long time for your character to grow back into normal size.
He's saying down. This is actually kind of smart.
Yeah, the bottom path is probably the safer path for him right now.
Yeah, and Tyler getting second right there, another one of our finalists. Blaze presumably getting pretty high spot, and Sneakz, as we saw, dodging up with Tyler and
Blaze
Vantox.
got 11th.
Oh, something
What happened?
My goodness. Maybe he was followed on the bottom path. I mean, that's typically the safe route.
That is the
on lap 2
safer
and 3.
route. I'd be curious to see what happened there.
Without a mushroom, it's just not worth going down, but he had one, so maybe it could be a ghost or something like that, too. You never know.
No, especially if it caught him in the cut.
Yeah,
That's
it is possible.
Yeah, it's very possible it happened.
That being said, great start for Sneakz. Also had a pretty rough 2v2 event, but as mentioned, Sneakz is a very formidable player. He's won a lot of tournaments.
Oh, yeah. He's won, double digits Saturday Night Speedways. He knows how these land settings happen, like how they work, especially in an FFA format. So, Speedway now is what they call it. So they changed the name. Hey, when he won those, they were Saturday Night Speedway. So.
Yes.
So, we're doing 12 races today. So,
yeah.
This is a great start for some of the players up in the top spots, but it's not too late for some of these players who placed in the lower end here to make a comeback.
It's also fortunate, too, since a lot of people are thinking that this is, kind of a gauntlet of a room to have 12 races to work with. One, it's not going to end anything for you. We've seen a lot of really good comebacks today also, and I would not be surprised if one of the people that got bottom spot ends up even potentially winning the room entirely. So.
Yeah, I almost wonder if some of these players are having to shift their play style from just completing 2v2 to FFA, because I know that kind of throws me off sometimes whenever I'm switching from, I'll be at home playing a 6v6, and then I go to my LAN, so... Oh, we got a DC?
Yeah, so I'm going to... We have the scores up here. Do you have a pencil? I'm going to actually just write some numbers.
Jot these
just
down.
so we can have a reference. But I don't believe that there's any reason why the race wouldn't count from what I saw.
Yeah, I think it should count.
Yeah. Again, we might not have seen everything, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here, but they're going to reset up the room. We do have scores, so we should be able to... We got the math guy. He knows what he's doing. He can keep up with where these players are.
I'll do my best. Luckily, with one race, it's not too difficult because it's just add single-digit number for most players.
Easy peasy.
It can be a little bit. It can mess with the mind a little bit because I mean,
it can be deceiving.
If it's like 3 or 4 races, that's like enough for like everything to change.
Yeah,
like Cynda and Blaze, I think, in one of the semifinals earlier, had like a really dominant start. And then the ending, they were just like 8-11 in the standings, but that's the last 3 races. But they still got third.
I imagine, too, maybe some people who are joining stream a little bit later, looking at the scores, maybe a little confused when it's not what it appears. So we'll keep you updated with actual scores here on the mic. So as they're getting the room reset up, we'll keep track of that for you. We'll tell you what's going on. While we're waiting for room to set up, I think it's important to maybe talk about some of the players that are in this lobby.
Absolutely.
They are
what we got?
Yeah, they're not foreign to... I'm sorry, hold on.
Tynan had really bad lag, and the entire room was good for
Okay, so we are going to be just restarting.
We're restarting.
One of our players, Tynan, was having ridiculous controller lag that race.
Wow.
Still managed to get 9th on top of it, but... Everybody was fine for the race to just be discounted, so we will be starting off.
All right, scratch that.
Yep.
What you see is what you're going to get.
Y'all got a bonus race.
Yeah, it was just a little practice round for some of these players. I don't know if they got...
Hand warmers, right?
Yeah, they're just getting their hands warmed up.
We don't really do that in the MK community too much, but
yeah.
That is one thing about the setups here. Is just like there's so many setups, sometimes you want the hand warmer, right?
Yeah.
But... Yeah,
I think it's and a fair call out too is that the entire room agreed to that race not counting, so it's not just 1 or 2 players or that are on one end or the other. So as long as the whole room is in agreement, we're gonna do a total reset and start from scratch. I'm so sad though because does that mean that Squeaky Clean Sprint can come back?
Would be on the board if that's the case. Yes.
Ooh, I'd love to see it again. It's one of my favorite.
It's been a very popular track this year. Obviously, it was not out when we were here last year.
Yeah.
So kind of its first big chance, I guess, to be on the main stage here at MomoCon. And I've seen a lot of people picking it even when it's not being selected.
Yeah, I don't know if just for me personally, if it's just a difference in skill or understanding of like the tracks and games, but I've been seeing a lot of races today that I don't normally see in a lot of formats whenever I'm playing online at home. Like, I've been seeing so much Mary Mountain. Is that common in like higher divs?
Not at all. Matter of fact, in HG we've called it Monthly Mountain before because you play it like once a month and that's it.
Monthly Mountain, I like that.
Yeah.
So maybe
I'm twice, not, like, maybe twice during December.
I'm not totally like out of bounds to say that there's been some very interesting track picks.
Yeah, for sure.
During this entire tournament series. Okay, I got you. I did think it was interesting seeing back in the 2v2 Excitebike being picked on race 1. So
yeah, I might have jinxed that one because I was like, I haven't seen Excitebike all weekend, and then immediately.
Then all of a sudden, there it is.
Just immediately.
So we do have all of our players back in room. We're going to get restarted. It does look like some people are trying to get Squeaky Clean Sprint back. So we'll see if it lands on it or something else.
I think we might actually be getting Shroom Ridge. No, Wally Jam. Okay.
I like this track.
I'm really bad at timing the track selector. There's like people that just know it.
I thought you were good at it usually.
No?
You're usually good at calling it.
I've gotten it before, but
yeah.
Anyway, it is a little bit of justice. I believe that was Sneakz' pick. He is the host. Got first on the race that didn't count, so give him a little something, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, just warming up his hands.
Yep. So again, another very common track. Recently released last year.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of this here.
Probably the most common track, I want to say, last year. I don't have the data on it, but it was everywhere, and still seeing it a lot this year too.
I think people were just excited for the new tracks that came out. You know, if I were at home practicing for these tournaments, I know I would be trying to get really good at the new tracks so I can outperform everybody else whenever I hit the stage.
Absolutely. Anyway, Vantox up in first right now, one of those players that we expect to be a threat at every tournament. He has lost 2v2s before, but is still, at this point, undefeated in free-for-alls in America.
Yeah. Tyler good on the braking. Might want to brake a little bit more. You don't know if Dash is going to take a shot here and could get trailed by that blue.
This is going to be an interesting situation for Vantox. See what happens?
Oh, I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't think Dash even knew that there was like a bomb there.
I wonder whose shot that was.
Not sure. It's quite early though. Cynda in a really good position right now.
Yeah, he just got a lot of money from that.
He's really good at the no item cut too, for the most part. Not the best one, but 10 coins nonetheless. He's in good position. Vantox still up here in fourth. It's Tynan and Dash up here, and I believe Tyler in first with the Black Birdo. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Vantox might have a clean shot with the ring
Tynan
over here,
took a great line
to
there.
the boxes.
But
there
was a reason. And they're all trying to stop.
Everybody's breaking.
All of Canada trying to make each other take the blue, but JPG has a shroom
for him. He has a shroom. He's like, don't worry, guys, I got this.
Yep. Have the DVP top 3, if you will, also. Dash, Tynan, Tyler kind of breaking it, saying, nah, it's a Canada top 3. But really good position for all of them right now. Will JPG be able to hold on to first? It's not looking that way, but somebody had to take the blue.
Yeah, Tynan in first place, JPG in second. It's hard to say. I think that might be Vantox in third or fourth back there.
Yeah, in fourth.
Does get fired out, though.
It is the DVP top 3 again. Maybe 4 with Jacob now. But that backfire is going to clip him.
JPG has great protection going into the line.
Oh, JPG. I think JPG actually took first at the end there. I don't know if he was able to red Tynan out, but good stuff.
Look at him cheesing at the camera. I love that for him.
Yeah, JPG.
He's so happy
JPG
right now.
likes to let everybody know.
I feel like every time the camera goes on JPGiviner, he has the biggest smile on his face. He's just having so much fun. He brings the energy.
I mean, he's giving her.
Keep on giving her, bud.
Sorry. I mean, my eyes don't deceive me. I think he's just... Yep.
All right. I forgot to pause on the results, so...
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's free for all.
That's true.
They do the results for us. Until there's a room crash in the DC.
Then we have to do manual math again.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, JPGiviner already with a really strong start. He was recently at Catalyst, which was another LAN tournament. That was in Florida back in January, and he was the FFA champion there.
Yeah, did very well in the 2v2 also. I know points are not always the full story, I would say. Especially the more teammates you have, usually, individual points become more irrelevant here. But still, I mean, he found a lot of ways to get some good spots in that 2v2, and looks like that momentum's being carried over.
Yeah, we'll see if he can chain some championships here.
Yeah, I mean, could go technically back-to-back. So.
Yeah.
Not for MomoCon, but just in the LAN scene in general. And DK Summit's a good start for that because I know he's a big fan.
Is he? He likes this track?
Oh, absolutely.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see if he can hold on to first place.
Might have been his pick. I'm not actually searching right now. Checking out the lay of the land right here. Will be JPG starting in first. Good race for Daisy overall outside of Blaze in the back here, but there is benefits to starting in the back on this track also. This track notoriously does not have a lot of coins to pick up.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you see a lot of people actually just stopping after the cannon at the first set to just try to go sideways and get 5 or 6 at once because you aren't, I mean, you're supposed to get 1 here, but it's like
yeah, there's a line of
no
coins
other
back
opportunities.
there. There's really very small chances to get coins. You see Sneakz taking an early first place, shrooming up.
Maybe not the line that he wanted right there, but still some really good improv, actually.
Yeah. Can be a little bit of chaos around the double cut right there, but it does look like a lot of these players were able to make it successfully.
Yeah.
There's going to be so many trails in FFAs
I think
because
Sneakz
everybody's
actually
your
got
enemy.
Royal there, taking the strat at the end a little bit more tightly.
As we're flipping through these POVs, you're going to see a lot of
this
players
could be a
with
great opportunity for
yeah,
Vantox.
there's not a lot of coin opportunity. Vantox actually looks pretty good with 7
There it's
coins.
coming.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, when is he going to go in?
Yeah. I know shocks are somewhat common at this set, actually, because of that cannon set.
Oh, yeah,
So-
the cannon set can get a little crazy.
And there it is, right out of his ghost.
Got out of his ghost.
JPG
Oh,
dodging,
so
Glooba
bad.
dodging, Dash dodging. There's a ton of green shells up
Yeah,
here
this
right
is
now.
going to be absolute
And if you're up
carnage.
front, you're squished now.
Oh, no.
So it's going to be Garchomp in first, and it's kind of funny. Not the best bike track, I will say. DK Summit.
Yeah,
so.
he is a biker.
Yeah.
Inside drift is going to be really difficult for
got
this
hit
player.
out. Actually, no, Garchomp is still in first right now. I kind of want to see this perspective, not to, put the camera on him on maybe the track that he doesn't want us to watch, but like, how are we going to do it? I mean, can we pull off a first with the inward bike?
Well, he
We'll see.
has maximum coins. No, after the item box set.
Not a ton of dodgers, I want to say,
It's
though.
going to make it really difficult for him to be so tiny going across the double.
This
I don't
ghost
know
is
if he's
gonna
going
be
to
a
be able to
factor.
handle it.
And this cut is quite difficult. Blaze is on the way up. He needs this after the last race. He might be able to just pass him
yeah,
here by
Blaze
virtue of
just
being
took
a
it over
cart.
entirely.
Here we go. He's going to have a trail. He gets that out.
Gotta
Boomerang
watch
is
out
in
for
play.
that boomerang.
He
It's
needs
gone,
this
though,
one.
so it's fine.
Glooba's behind him. I think with a horn. I don't know if he's going to be able to get to him.
Oh, I thought Sneakz got hit on the line. It was just
I don't
lag.
know who actually got first. I think Blaze might have held, but
It might have
Glooba
been
was
Blaze.
up there.
Yeah.
Huge race for
Yeah.
Blaze right there. He's right back into this, and wow.
The crowd is popping off right now.
Yeah, a lot of really close people in the standings for sure right now. And
There is a three-way tie for first place right now.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
Glooba,
exactly how we want
Sneakz,
it.
and JPGiviner both with 19 points.
Yeah. Daisy team's doing really well now that Blaze got on the board right there. Cynda and Garchomp on 12, 1 point out. Royal, another point out. Then Jacob and Vantox, another point out there. So
Yeah.
a lot of people
This is
right behind.
Well, it's really close, too. I mean, we have a two-way tie for 7th even. We have 12 points. there.
Nobody's gone either.
No. Like, it's still anybody's game right now.
Nobody is safe.
Everything is nobody's safe. I mean, a lot of these spots are only a difference of 1 point. So,
Yeah.
Madrid. We were
Yeah.
just talking about this on the last event. I love Madrid. It's just very fun. Music is great.
I'm glad you like Madrid.
I love this track. Every time it comes on, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that announcement was for us.
I think we're just going to commentate and see
let's
what happens, I
focus
guess.
on that.
Yeah, and Garchomp actually getting 7th there also. And that's the thing about some of these tracks that are not so fortunate for bikes. It's like you can be in a good position, but they just put you through ridiculous situations, and you can lose so much time so fast on certain courses.
Oh yeah, this is one that has, I feel like, a lot of tech and shortcut opportunities, so maybe it might be smarter to stay a little farther back, get
Yeah.
things like shrooms, but I think you can take this shroomless, right?
Yeah, but people like Vantox are definitely going to pass, but he's going to watch out for Tyler right
Oh
here. This
my-
is a
why is
dangerous
he
game.
so close
Tyler
to
got
him?
hit out. That is huge for Vantox to potentially get a front run, and he got
That was
second place box.
That was a crazy gamble on Vantox's part. How did he not hit that bomb?
It's he didn't get hit on Tyler's
Well, look at what
perspective.
Jacob has here in second, so we'll see
Yeah.
if this...
It's going to dictate a lot. When is he going to pull the trigger is a big question.
yeah, that is maybe...
There it
oh,
goes. Tynan sidestepped that right there, actually.
I
on
would
him,
have thought
he's
he
at-
would have dropped that bomb in the cut right there just because it's so tight. A lot
I
of players
think
do end up
nobody's
going
following.
for it.
Nobody's going to follow him in, but
Yeah,
there's
that's
power
true.
to that too, and making him go around. You can create some distance there. And Royal is actually in a very good position now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
in
this
second.
is actually going to be huge, especially with that blue shell coming in and
Oh,
hitting
no.
Vantox.
The guys are just disappeared right in front.
Yeah,
of
I
him.
think
But
Royal's going to be able to take over pretty quickly.
problem
into
is
a top
Vantox
spot.
had that second place box, right? So he
Yeah.
has that red still, and now he is just being really annoying for Royal, and pulling a shroom is just not ideal there. Still
Yeah,
in a
that
decent
hurts.
position, though. Decent amount of coins. High up front. It is Cynda in first right now. We'll see if Vantox holds this red. I imagine he will due to the threat of potential blue, but
Yeah,
I mean,
and
he
not
might
knowing
test
what's
him.
behind you. The third place is not within range.
Yeah,
so.
Cynda is getting rid of it at the cut there, trying to get some defense. And good play for him. And Cynda needs this race also. As somebody who is definitely very much a contender, but I think he has gotten hidden out anyway. So Vantox is back up in first.
Yeah, and going into this final stretch here without items, it can be a little terrifying because this is notoriously a chaotic spot at the end of Madrid.
That's just a veteran move for Cynda right there. Just realize the situation. Things went off the rails. Could hear the plant. Got out of the way, and he's up into the top 6 now as a result. Take what you can get.
Yeah, top 6 will be moving on to finals, so all you have to do is secure one of those top spots. even just a couple times.
Yeah.
And you'll be sitting pretty.
So right now, Glooba atop the standings, but only 6 points from being out entirely, so...
It's so crazy to think that that's how close it is. You can be in first place and you're still not safe.
It is a very scary lobby.
Yeah,
room of death, if you will.
Death room.
6 players
for sure.
are going to be eliminated this round, but luckily everybody with 9 races, plenty of time to get back into this one. And if you're Royal, who's up front that race, maybe did not get the pulls that you wanted. Hey, I mean, there's still time.
There's still time.
By the way, Excite Bike Arena, we see it a lot, but I'm not booing, because guess what?
Yeah.
Maybe there's an advantage to be had here.
Yeah. Who picked it? Do we know?
I don't know. Glooba, I know, is a big fan of it. Tried running it earlier, got blued quite early, but there is a lot of skill to be had on this course. I mean, being able to, kind of just roll the punches, improvise on what the ramps give you. I mean, Glooba, I imagine, is quite quick here. And again,
look
seeing
at him. He's already
look,
in second, third place.
You can be a track specialist on a common track, but that being said, that plan is off the rails now.
Yep. He touched too much grass.
Yeah. Royal touches some grass also. Good job, Royal. Having a double pause there to get the smart steering. Everybody's turning smart steering on today.
Great camera work.
Nobody's been playing lounge for 5 days. We all forgot how to stay on the road. My goodness.
I think that's something that you mentioned earlier, important to call out, is that you can either take advantage of the spot that you're in and pick a track based off of that, or just pick a track that you're specialized in. And so it can work in your favor either way, especially if you have good understanding on how it'll benefit you.
Yeah. Sneakz holding it down first right now. He's currently 7th place in the standings, so big race would be very welcome for him here, but there are a lot of people within striking distance right now. Not a lot of space, and on top of that, there is a blue shell, and now everybody's trying to stop, and this is going to be great for the people in the back.
It's still going to target JPGiviner, which is really sad. He's still got a smile on his face,
I love that John is just like always having a good time.
I know, it doesn't matter what happens.
He's like, all right, you got me.
This is really big for Royal right now. If he can hold on to this, or maybe even chain into this double box up here and get some shrooms.
He's in first now.
Yeah.
I was going to say I don't like the space, but he might be able to live this right now, depending on what gets
Well, I mean, there's that final cut at the end. And,
Cynda has a shroom right now.
Right,
he gets backed, I think.
No, Cynda, no. He had to use the shroom.
I can't believe Royal went aggro right there. If he knew he had a red, I'm not sure he would have, but he's got to watch out.
Yeah, that was really good avoidance of the boomerang there. See if he can trail
gets
out.
Tyler at the end, and Cynda's still going to hold on for a good race.
Place.
And like mentioned, Royal, good turnaround right there.
Yeah, he needed that.
And suddenly Royal is only 2 out, so wow, this is really close. And only Glooba has really started to kind of separate himself. But again, I mean, Glooba's not messing around this year.
Oh, yeah. No, not at all. He is already sitting in first place with 39 points and second with Vantox at 32.
It is worth mentioning, though, 39 as like a Grand Prix winner is not like a huge amount. It's like a probably kind of expected winning total in a close lobby like this. And, I mean, you'll take it, right? But job's not done.
No, job's not done. Royal jumped in the last race from 11th up to 7th from that. I
think people sometimes don't even realize how important going for first is. We like talking about like playing safe and not throwing your reds if there might be a red behind you, but sometimes there are situations where you're in second and you just need to go for first because it's not just gaining a spot. It's like going from 9th to 6th.
Yeah.
Which is a lot. So
a lot of Daisy Cruiser we've been seeing at these events today, too.
Yeah. The first place finishers, like, they get such a massive boost in the standings, and that's got to be understood that you can chain them, you will get back into this no matter how bad your start is. I mean, this is definitely a favorable pick for Royal, and we saw Royal as the potential to get kind of streaky from the 2v2.
Streaky, I like that.
Yeah. We'll see. Blazes stream up here, great
Yeah, that
usage.
was really good avoidance of those bananas. I'd be careful with Glooba's trail here in that draft.
Yeah, that was just kind of sad for him that he had red because he needed to use that shroom early because of what was behind. But
hitting the brakes like risks losing a lot of spots as well. So.
Okay, John just hit him, I guess. My God. I was not expecting that to actually land.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I mean, if you're John right now, okay, I think there's a red behind.
Yeah, I'd be taking the safer path right now, especially with that shroom.
Yeah, Sneakz with multiple, actually, it turns out. We're on Tyler right now, and Tyler really needs a big race. I mean, got hit out at the end there, not the best start. You almost feel a little bit of empathy in a sense because he got second on that squeaky clean race that was discounted. But again, we're talking about opportunities, and one has presented itself. There is a blue, but guess what? We have some insider information, right, Brett?
Yep, I think he's going to be able to dodge it here.
Oh,
and then drop the bomb, creating space here. This is Tyler just needs to hold on to this, and he's good.
Oh, and Sneakz going down is so huge for him also.
They're fighting fire with fire, too, over here.
This is actually so huge for Tyler. I know that he used that bomb, but that was a surprise attack after the shroom also, but he has enough distance right now, like you said, that he's going to be able to safely get 2 boxes here, and this could be a huge turning point, and Royal again is up front as well.
He's turning it on because he's not messing around anymore. His hands are warmed up.
Yeah, hopefully he gets the full UMT this time. He didn't in the 2v2, he told me, but that's going to be a second for him. Jacob is also up here, who's also been down in the standings. This is a great shake-up race.
Wow, that was huge for Tyler and Royal here. They're going to solidify themselves in top spots.
Royal's in second suddenly.
Yeah, I know.
And it's crazy also. JPG is now in 12th, but he's not far behind. He won one of these races earlier, so not far out at all.
Yeah, not at all.
So Glooba still picking up decent amount of points.
Yeah, still in first with 47.
Yeah. He is our room MVP here, and the only one that probably is like, okay, I can breathe a little bit. A bad race isn't going to end me. But it's kind of funny because there's so many people up in these spots, and there are people that have to have bad races.
Yeah. The point differential is still not super far off. So again, like if you're in anything below 6th place, you still have a shot. You still have a chance.
Absolutely.
I love Boo Lake.
Yeah.
Spooky time.
Again, there are a lot of players here that, are people's champion picks. And there's a lot of them that are on the cusp right now, and you start to feel the pressure in these kind of situations.
Yeah.
And again, if you feel that you are capable of winning this tournament, you just got to breathe, realize the opportunities are going to come. I just got to be ready for them. Can't get in your own head right here.
Well,
still a lot of Mario Kart left.
After this race, it'll be the halfway mark, so maybe some of these players will have to do a little bit of a mental reset to turn things around going into the second half.
Yeah, and it's interesting to note. I mean, Vantox, he's our top seed. He's on 35 currently. I think he's very much in the middle of the pack right now, but that's only 4 points behind Royal, who's tied for second right now.
Yeah, that is insane. There's going to be so much trailing again in these FFA lobbies. I mean, there's just carnage, chaos everywhere.
So many good things are just happening for Tyler until right there. Just people dropping right behind him. We're on Glooba again right now. Glooba's got to be kind of carefree compared to everybody else right now. But
you got to be careful because I think second place also has a ring, so they're just going to be hitting each other out.
He got him at a great moment where there's just no room for retaliation. And guess what? We were talking about JPG being in 12th, and here he is running it up here.
This is an insane pull for first place.
Glooba has no incentive to hit JPG out at all, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, he's just going to...
literally none. But he does have to worry about the people behind, and that's why the boomerang's coming back right here.
Yeah, I'd be holding on to, any shrooms that I have to maybe take the cut if I don't feel comfortable with the NIS.
A blue is coming out, but I believe that JPG, right?
Yeah, he's fine.
He's ready.
He's actually just fine.
That's a veteran move going wide there. Gotta chain this, get some defense. It looks like JPG is probably going to be holding on. We know we got a lot of fans for him. And Tyler's up here again. Glooba, watch out!
Buddy. Terrifying.
He still got a good race.
Yeah, that was still really
great
good.
race for Canada right there, top 2.
Had me clenched there for a minute. I thought he was going to run into his own
JPG's
bomb.
one out now, and Tyler all of a sudden is in the top 6. There's so much movement right now. It's insane. I mean, let's take a pause here and look. I mean, first of all, there's no 5th or 6th because there's a 3-way tie for 4th at 42. 7th is on 41. 8th is on 40. The next few are 37, 36, 35. Blaze in 11th place right now. Just 7 points out with 6 races.
And again, a lot of these players are only behind by 1 point.
Cynda, on the other hand, is in 3rd, alone in 3rd, and is just 2 points from just being out right now.
Yeah.
So Royal also giving us the thumbs up. He's like, you know what? I separated myself a little bit that race also. So he actually is kind of joining Glooba and that. A little bit of space there, but still a lot of work to get done.
Oh, yeah. We're going into race number 7 here.
Got a really long load time here. This happened earlier, but I think it's going to be fun. But
there we go. Paris.
Yeah, and this has got to be a sigh of relief, I believe, for Garchomp. I don't know about personal track taste, but this is an insanely good bike track. And if Garchomp in particular is close to the front, I don't quite know if he's in 5th or if he's in the back. He might be in the back, actually.
Yeah,
I see him in like 5th or so.
Okay.
You can gain so much time on bike up front, and I think he already is. Look, he's already vying
he's
for
already
first.
in first.
Look at that. He's already in first. And that is the power of Paris.
Yeah, not opting to trail, which is interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows his stuff.
I would be right now, but Vantox also up here. JPG hitting that draft. I would probably...
A little bit of a gamble, though, with no items.
Yeah, the thing is, if you get rid of your banana there, you're vulnerable to getting redded if you go tight, which you do need to go tight to hold first. I think Garchomp's just like, I'm comfortable. I know I'm going to get by these people. This track is built for me, and these fire is barely going to miss JPG. Huge for him.
Yeah, I would just be praying that as I'm going through these item boxes as Garchomp that I'm going to get a shroom or something, because you know a blue is inevitable. Yeah. It always is. We've seen at least 2 blues on like every race so far.
Boomerang hitting dash on the rebound. I was wondering if he's going to take a shot at JPG. Great
really
use
great
of
avoidance, yeah.
That's just like we talked about in the 2v2 finals at the end. The little things that some of these players do make the world of difference.
I would have absolutely gotten hit by
Over 90% of players just get hit by those
I would have been one of those players. Glooba in 4th again, like still a dominating presence up front.
Garchomp is separating a little bit right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see if Vantox wants to take a shot at the end, but I think he's more than content as a seasoned veteran at free-for-all to just take the seconds if they're available.
Yeah.
Got to get some space from JPG if we want to take a shot, though.
On lap 3, you know, as he's separating himself from the pack, that just increases the odds of a possible shot coming in. So we'll have to see if it's in play at all and how they use it, because the smart way would be to use it after set for a lot of these players.
I really like everything I'm seeing on John's screen right now, or JPG.
Yeah.
Jacob definitely needs to get back up here and get back into this, but he has some good items to do it. That is going to be a win for Garchomp. Called that one early, but that's just the power of bikes.
Got hit on the line.
Cynda was really far back, by the way. Getting that 4th was really clutch.
That was huge. That was absolutely huge.
And suddenly, I think Garchomp is actually in the tops now. So, this is actually insane. There are so many people that are just weaving in and out every race.
Someone who's down here is now all of a sudden up here. And then someone who's up here is now all of a sudden down here. And it's just switching back and forth.
Well, there's players in like bottom 2 in the standings that are just appearing in like 5th, like a race later.
Right.
So,
yeah, I mean, at the beginning of this, you know, we saw Royal in one of those bottom spots. Now he's 2nd overall, 57 points.
Look, I don't want to like speak downfalls into existence because I like everybody here, but like, could you imagine if Glooba ends up being like one of the people that doesn't get through after like this first half?
He's so far ahead.
I wouldn't put it past this lobby.
Points in first.
I would not put it past.
He would
this
have
lobby,
to
though.
tank his entire last GP for that to happen.
10-point GPs can just happen sometimes in this game. If it were to happen, like it's dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it will happen, right?
I mean, if he's been able to hold this lead that far, I think he's going to be okay, but you never know. Never know.
Sometimes you don't get a decision. That's all I'm saying.
It's true.
That's the thing about free-for-all, as opposed to, your team formats, right? Less control over every individual thing that happens, but the good thing is that you only have to get top 6, so you don't have to play super risky. You don't always have to put yourself in a situation where you get blued. Sometimes you can take the methodical approaches that just get you 4th like Cynda on that last race.
Yeah. Race number 8 here on Shroom Ridge.
I love seeing this track. I love that it's in the game. I know I'm a big Shroom
track.
I'm an MKTS kid. What can I say? I know it's a little silly. You can get, it's a fun front run track.
If you like it, you like it.
It's a fun front run track, but I will say, a lot of blues and shocks can make a difference here. It can be played in a lot of different ways, so we're going to see some we're definitely going to see some varying approaches here.
Yeah, and especially a lot of these players
watch out, boys.
May be opting to take the cut, may not. It does look like Tyler did.
Yeah, he's got to watch out, though. There is a horn right by him.
Yeah.
I don't know if that horn's going to be used, though, given the situation. Like, they might be wanting to be like, hey, I want to be ready for a blue, right? We'll see when the offense comes out, but it's a guessing game right now.
I feel like I'd be holding on to this and then taking cut.
I don't know if you will. It looks like that is going to probably be the plan. since he did it. He might get it. He might get
that's
defense
exactly
here,
what
but
he
he also
does.
might just
No.
get another shroom.
Well, this might be okay though, because then one, you're sitting in first with a shroom. So
Well,
there's a blue.
I'm not sure like who has loyalty because they both have mushrooms, so like technically they don't need each other. And Tyler's like, yeah, to heck with that, I'm reading you. So thing is, Blaze still presumably has that shroom, and like I've been saying, like Blaze in 10th place, like this could be another one of those situations where he's just suddenly in the top 6 after this race.
Yeah.
That being said, to cut or not to cut, because John with the shroom behind him,
This
might have been a
is
ghost. John's got to
very-
get out of here.
Yeah, he's got to go.
Cynda also is going to have a lot of decisions to make here based on what he's seeing.
Yeah, I don't
imagine
know.
the blooper's going to be coming off, but he's got to watch out for Blaze.
Yeah, there it is. Really good avoidance from Cynda, knowing that he was going to drop that bomb tight.
And Blaze is more interesting. I'm sorry, JPG hit the car. Oh,
Wow.
and Blaze is back into
Blaze,
first.
let's
Watch out,
go.
Blaze, and he gets it.
That was impressive. Being able to avoid all of that chaos, take advantage of the situation, and correcting his
Wait.
line because he could have hit those cars.
Is he in the top 6 though? He is. It keeps happening. It keeps happening.
He's so close.
That race, I mean, like I said, Shroom Ridge can be won in a lot of different ways. Sometimes it is a shock trek. Sometimes there's blues. Sometimes there's just Shroom in first permanently. And sometimes you don't get it. Shroom up. Maybe his Shroom got stolen and he just gets bomb and horn, and that's all it takes. And that blooper at the end also assisted him with John.
Yeah. Which cut do you think is better, the grass cut
Grass
or
cut.
the? You think so?
Yeah, but the other one's at the end of the track, so it's
That's what
still very much a factor.
Right. That's why, like, whenever I'm in like second or third place and I have a shroom in my hand, I'm trying to decide and something else in my pocket. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to take the grass cut or
Well,
the pipe cut.
That's the thing about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart Wii, like, you might have to make that decision, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, oftentimes, you know you're getting another shroom. And on tracks like that, Shroom Ridge, I mean, a lot of
It's in the
boxes,
name.
a lot of boxes floating around that you can pull. I mean, you can pull doubles at like every set, even if there technically aren't doubles on the track. So, New York Minute is coming out. I know Blaze's team ZE, big fan of it. Call it New York Win It sometimes.
I love that.
Hey,
He's
Van-
cracking up. He heard you say
Yeah,
that.
Vantox also saw New York Minute at the airport when he had his layover.
What was it, like 5 hours?
Yeah. So,
New York, a lot of minutes.
yeah, I mean, maybe Vantox is ready to go now. He's been practicing for days.
Oh, yeah. This is race number 9?
This is race number 9. We have
Yeah.
one GP left. And as I've been saying, all these people that are in temps somehow seem to be more favorable to be in the top 6 at the end of the next race. So we'll
Yeah,
see if that continues.
It's really close. I mean, you have JPGiviner with 59 points, Blaze with 55, and Garchomp with 53 points, and Tynan with 51.
I mean,
so all just
speaking of which,
within.
Sneakz also is one of those players in the back who needs a win, and now he's up
Yeah,
front, and we know
he's in
Sneakz is a
first.
great runner.
Oh, yeah. He says that all he does is time trial. Time trial and lounge.
There's value to that for sure.
Yeah. So I know he can stay comfortable in the front spots.
Yeah. Tyler also is another one of those players that needs a pretty big race again. Garchomp is in 7th after that great Paris run. I'm not sure if he's going to get many more bike tracks after how he decimated everybody on that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, all these players just need good races. Royal is one of the more safe players right now. I think if he gets third, he's got to feel great about where he's going into race 10 and all that. But, Garchomp.
what is
my
happening?
gosh, a lot of slow owning after tapping the wall there.
Slow owning triples is absolutely bonkers.
See, Sneakz is taking blue. I don't think he can hit. It is going to be Vantox up in first again. He's going to have to watch out for other items. Red is going to be skipped. No, it hits Blaze. Blaze got to watch out for this horn.
Oh,
he,
yeah.
He just sidestepped Royal like he just didn't care. I mean, I guess Royal's just playing like, I'm just going to get a top spot. We'll be good. Same with Glooba. I mean, Vantox up here also has got to be thrilled with this outcome. Wait, did he get it on the line? He might.
No,
Blaze
I
might. Okay, he
Vantox
got
got
it.
first, yeah.
Another great race for Blaze, though. Royal in 3rd, JPG in 4th. I mean, this is so close. Vantox and
so
Royal
close.
have actually overtaken Glooba now. And there actually is a little bit more of a separation now between 6th and 7th.
There's a
little bit of a
tie
point gap.
for first place right now,
So-
Vantox and Royal.
Who's our top 6? Let's go over this real quick.
Yeah. Vantox and Royal have a tie for first place with 76 points. Glooba in third right now with 74 points. JPGiviner in fourth with 68. Also tied with Cynda with 68 points. Sixth place, Blaze with 67 points. And then Garchomp with 60.
Yeah, a bit of a gap now.
This middle section right here is what you really want to pay attention to because only top 6 moves on. So you're looking at, Blaze, Garchomp, Tyler, Sneakz. I'd be scared right now. I'd be worried.
Yeah, I mean,
Now's the time to lock in.
The thing is, JPG, Cynda, and Blaze, all of them 1 point. They have some distance on 7th. Garchomp is really the only looming threat right now. I wonder if it's actually going to impact some of the track picks also. But Tyler, Sneakz, Tynan, Dash still seem very much in this, but they are going to probably need to get at least 1 first and 2 solid other races.
Yeah, they need to prey on other people's downfalls.
And they don't need to pray.
Races.
Why prey upon somebody's downfall when you can be a part of it?
Be the whole problem.
Be the problem you want to see in the world.
Great, solid advice from Rookie over here.
Do not take that advice. Please do not. We're talking strictly Mario Kart here.
In this situation only.
And guess who's in first right now? Is he going to get defense? It is just a coin, but this Aqua Box will be taken.
Yeah,
and it's going to be, oh my goodness, this is going to be...
Oh, I'd be dropping this so fast.
Oh, Cynda's got to be thrilled. Oh, Cynda's got to be thrilled about that. The margins are so small in these lobbies. They are so small.
That's so sad for Garchomp, though, because he's, he's at risk of the chopping block. So for him to be up front would have been really crucial for him.
I feel like Cynda has been really low-key this round. Like, he's not been near the action a lot, but still just on a solid score. Like,
he's comfortable.
I keep looking at the score.
Place.
I keep expecting that maybe he's like in 7th or 8th, but like he's 3rd or 4th. And I haven't been seeing him, I guess, getting first a ton, but he's just stringing together solid race after solid race. And this might be the one that kind of stamps his ticket if he's able to just hold on to it. This is a good runner, but
he is
guess
in
what?
first right now. So.
Guess what? There's the blue.
Oh, no. Unless if he has something. I don't know.
Let's see. It is going to be... Oh, he's got to get out of the water.
Yeah, I was about to say, I hope he gets out of that waterfall quickly.
That water...
Take it right down.
That water is not super threatening in this game, but it is if you're going 0 miles per hour. But guess what? Tynan and Sneakz, and even Jacob, I mean...
These are some of those players that we were talking about. They need this big race.
They need this. Absolutely. And they have some shrooms up here to work with, too. Looks like Sneakz actually switching off to Scooty, I want to say, too.
Oh, the dreaded second place coin.
That UMT, I've not seen that a ton. I'm not sure if that's going to be helpful given the alignment. He might just have to tip the cap to Tynan. Oh, that banana's really irritating, but there is a pivot, but he's back in 5th now and just...
Oh, he's just going to start spamming,
I don't know if Cynda got hit by that. Vantox needs a second. Big race for Tynan.
That was huge for
Gets
Tynan.
Jacob on the line, I think, too.
Oh, no, Jacob. Jacob also is someone who needs a really
Oh, Jacob still got 3rd, actually.
Oh, he did. Oh, so that was maybe...
Cynda did not take Sneakz out either, but time is starting to tick, but Tynan is now only 4 out. So, like I said, that first place was necessary. You have a chance, but now that you're here, it probably doesn't have to be perfect now that you got it.
Yeah, he's so close. Like, there's a 2-way tie for 3rd right now, but Tynan is just right under the halfway point.
Garchomp and Sneakz, Garchomp had a little bit of wiggle room. It's a little bit more difficult now. Sneakz, I think, put himself back in the conversation, but cannot help but feel that there might have been a little bit of a missed opportunity there with that banana, because that could have been a second. Yeah,
Sneakz has 61 points right now. Garchomp has 62. And then Tynan with 67 points. So it's not completely...
This is really bad news for Garchomp, actually. I have a friend called Ryan. He's a well-known bike player. And I watched him actually get second in like a high-level lounge room on this track. And he was front-running. And I'm not going to lie, it looked like the most painful thing I've ever seen. Like, it was comical. He was just doing optimal driving, but it is so hard because like you will get that UMT before the no item cuts, and you have to just cancel the boost entirely.
I never thought of it. I've maybe touched inside drifting like once in my life, and I said never again in this game.
Acting like you're not a Mario Kart Wii player over here.
In this game, that's why I prefaced this game.
Did you preface it?
I did. I said in this game I've touched it once.
Okay, I trust you.
I can't I don't know how these players do it. It's actually impressive whenever you can hold these top spots.
Tynan's going for a bomb hit there. Cynda up front. Cynda. Okay, Blaze also need. Wait. Okay, Blaze is just dead for some reason, I guess. Vantox has really been turning it up the last few races. Cynda also a lot more frontal presence. These are two of those players that you expect to be vying for the title at the end.
Yeah.
Might be a now or never kind of race for Tyler also. So I think if you're Tyler, you're pretty cool with what's happening right now. You might be wanting Cynda to be driving a little quick because you don't want to be near him right now. You need Cynda to deal with this blue.
Does Vantox burn this red so that way he can get rid of that horn in first place?
No, absolutely
no?
not. He wants that horn to exist.
Okay.
He wants the horn to exist. I mean, Vantox is kind of up there in the standings right now. He doesn't want controversy. Cynda's also kind of up there too. I mean, and Tyler might be far enough out so that
there is
he
a
doesn't care.
shock. Yeah, I wonder whose that was.
Not a ton of dodges, I want to say, and the one person that seems to be profiting the most, Glooba, well, he's going to have to watch out for this trail, but, oh, and there's another blue.
Oh, no, I think it's still going to, no,
that's going
it is
for
going
him.
to go for Glooba. Vantox back in first?
Cynda just kind of survived there, and again, Tynan, one of those players that we said kind of now or never time going into race 10. I mean, this could be another big opportunity. You stack 27-2, but that driving error is going to potentially hurt. He's going to have to watch out.
Yeah, especially with all those triple items behind him.
Yeah, and Blaze definitely doesn't want him up.
And in front of him,
Blaze
Vantox has triple
up
greens in first right now.
Yeah, 6 and 7 in the room right now. Are in 2-3. They are definitely wanting each other out.
Vantox got hit out by something. What was that?
I don't know, but Blaze getting the hit. He can't. I don't know if he can deal with Tynan right now. Tynan has the reds. There's fire now, too. He's trying to throw the red. There is a blue, but this is an awkward time for Blaze to try to dodge. He does, but he has to go wide.
He has to go wide, and he's... Oh, and
he's still in first. Tynan's up here still. I mean, is he going to go for any play? He might. He's got to watch out. Blaze just trying to survive here. He gets out of the way. Still second for Blaze. He's popping off right now. He's like, I lived that. And Cynda just low-key, as always, getting third there.
That's impressive
somehow.
That he was able to go wide.
And guess what? Glooba is
second.
tied for sixth all of a sudden.
Oh, wow.
You said, you told me there's no way, right? And here we are. One race left, and that's just how FFA is sometimes. But, okay. Let's preface something really quickly going into this last race. Sneakz is in 8th on 68, and 6th is currently on 82, but there are two of them. Sneakz' only avenue in is through first place, and Tynan or Glooba getting last and winning a tiebreaker against them.
But how likely is Glooba going to get last?
Well, it's possible. I mean, he was very far out, very far gone, but now we're in this situation, and it's going to come down to Wee Rainbow Road, one of the longest tracks in the game. But before we get into that, Garchomp, Dash, Tyler, and Jacob, I believe, are mathematically out of it now, but that leaves us with 7 pretty likely candidates, and there are only 6 spots. We have Royal and Vantox at the top on 90, JPG 86, Cynda 85, Blaze 83, Tynan and Glooba 82. One of these players is not going to make it, and it might end up just being whoever gets 12th.
Yeah.
And it's not a guarantee, but we got to watch out for all 7 of them. So many people with their tournament aspirations on the line.
Yeah.
And you just got to find a way to make it as risk-free as possible.
Yeah, Tynan going for coins there, taking the Nisk as well with everybody else. The draft may help him maintain this spot, trying to bump Vantox off.
Yeah. Oh, and that red coming for Tyler right there.
Getting hit in the cannon is terrible. This respawn is awful.
Tynan has been on fire the last few races, by the way.
He's
now
turning it up in the second half.
And has a horn in hand as well. Love to see that if you're him, but
and he has maximum coins, too.
Yeah.
Do you go for a shot right here? Or
well, there is a blue coming right now, but I think both of them are actually capable of dodging it. Doesn't matter who's going to do it. Is he going to slow down? He is and gets Vantox
out with it, too.
I know.
That was like a 2-for-1 right there.
Two birds with one stone right there. And Tynan is suddenly in a commanding position.
Listen to that front-running music, too.
Yeah, and Jacob actually, I think his red just disappeared. So
this may be a long track, but if you can get ahead, you can stay ahead.
Well, let's not count the chickens before they hatch right now. This is a long track, and a lot can happen.
Possibility for another blue as well.
Absolutely.
So he has to be prepared for that.
I think we should be taking a look at the back right now. We have Glooba back there, JPG back there. I think Blaze might be.
Speak of the devil.
JPG's in 5th. It's Blaze in the back right now.
There is another blue.
He's got to find a way.
Yeah, the blue is going to hit Tynan.
Tynan dropped out. He's actually red. Oh, and he gets redded also.
Good
this
for
race
Jacob
is going
landing
crazy
right on top
now.
of the boost panel.
Vantox and JPG in third right now. They're going to want to avoid anything. Vantox like, get me out of here. And I think he has enough space. But Tynan, I mean, he's not in a bad position, but he's just got to maintain what he's got going on right now. Who is in the back? That is the question. Who is going to be the odd man out? Royal's up here in 7th, probably in a safer position than most. Blaze is still back here. Cynda's in the middle of the pack right now. I mean, Glooba is also back here. It might end up being a race.
There's a third blue shell coming out as well.
It might be a race between Glooba and Blaze. Garchomp is going to actually be able to dodge
this.
this.
This is okay.
Oh,
No,
the
it's
banana.
not. It's not okay.
It's fine. I mean, we got to look at the back right now. Vantox seems to probably be through. Glooba has got to hold on right here. Royal's in 12th also, but has that point advantage right now. Who is going to be in the back? It looks like Cynda might be safe. I don't know where Blaze is right now. JPG has been up there. What's going to happen?
Yeah,
Blaze
this is absolute chaos.
the
All
ghost
the fire,
is great.
the ghost, everything.
Oh, he gets redded out of it. He's on the panel, though.
Somebody else got hit, too.
Who is back? Is JPG up there? It's going to be somebody. Royal did get last, but he had the point advantage. He holds on. Blaze is 88, and it's going to end up being Blaze.
Oh, Blaze, buddy.
And, man, that is just a brutal way to go out right there, because I thought
close.
I thought that his ticket was punched, to be honest, because he had the ghost at the end there. But right as he got out, it was frame 1. But then the sign of life of the boost panel, but just everybody found a way to get up there at the end. And wow.
I mean, there was just so much chaos at the end. You know, you're on the final race of semis and you're trying to make it in. There's so much on the line. There's, I mean, spam everywhere.
There are certain situations where you are almost not in belief that like you are like the one that got eliminated. And it looked like there was likely somebody that would be behind him, but it happened to be Royal, who was higher up in the standings.
Yeah.
Royal was in the lead before the last race, ended up tying for 4th, but
yeah,
was able to build up enough to hold on there. So